Dave, about 6 weeks ago, I did something that I haven't done in the last maybe 10 years. I bought a bank CD. I bought a one-year CD from Ally Bank, an online bank, for the spectacular rate of 2.3%. You know,
that is pretty good.
If it was a dozen years ago, I would have laughed at that.
Yeah.
But you know, we've one-year CDs. If you look back a year ago, 1%, less than 1% on a one-year CD. This one at least will, considering taxes, probably cover inflation.
Oh, I think the national average is still less than 1%, and there was there was a time when it was maybe a quarter or half a percent or something. It was just,
But we're beginning to see the beginnings of a rise in interest rates for us poor savers, poor conservative savers. The and it's mainly on the online banks. I was looking today. I could get 2.5% on that one-year CD.
Well, I think the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates for what, 2.5 years now, and I think until the last maybe 6 months, the banks didn't feel the need to pass that on to savers.
They were rolling over in money.
Yeah.
But now they're starting to get
now they're starting, because their loan demand has picked up enough. They've got uses for the money, so it's gotten a little competitive out there. I'm starting to see some of our local banks even putting interest rate advertising in the newspaper again, which is great from our perspective.
I know. You could get U.S. Bank, gigantic bank, gigantic regional bank. Fairly recently, they were offering an 11-month CD for 2%.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen that a year ago, but other banks were still on one-year CDs.
Oh, and many of the other large banks are still,
Oh, very low.
Have very low rates. It pays to shop around.
It does pay to shop around. You get your best rate from these online banks that don't have branches, that need to attract, attract deposits from a system other than the local branch. Sure,
and if you are a traditionalist who wants to go in and look the bank teller in the eye, there are some local banks that are they're offering pretty competitive rates. They are, I presume, the ones that have growing loan books, and they need the money.
So it's going to be a long time before we see those 6 and 7% interest rates that we saw perhaps 15 years ago.
Maybe no, and the other thing to keep in mind as you're maybe celebrating your great return that you got on your CD. The last reading on the Consumer Price Index was 2.9% for the past year. So you're still losing ground, Jim. It's not such a great deal after all.